Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kiara and I'm a full-time crochet business owner. And in this specific video, I will be bringing you guys along with me to a market to sell my crocheted plushies. So of course, we're going to do all of our market prep together. I will bring you guys along to the market and then I will give you guys a whole breakdown of everything I sold. So market season has officially begun for me this year. So honestly, there's not that much market prep to do since everything is just in my car from the previous markets that I've had, but there is a little bit of market prep, so we will do it together. So what I'm going to start by doing is showing you guys everything I crocheted in the past week since my last market, because those items are going to need price tags and I'm going to need to get those ready for the market, so I will start by showing them to you guys. So I'm not showing you guys these items in any particular order, like this is not the order I made them in, the order doesn't really matter, but anyways, so let's get started. So I made 3 jumbo turtles. I will show you them one by one. I just wanted to show you all 3 of them together. I actually loved making these and I love the color combinations I use, so I'm going to show you them individually. So this is probably my favorite one, honestly. I love the bright colors. I actually painted the eyes myself also. So there's this one. This is probably my second favorite. You can probably tell I like bright colors, but this one's more like pastel colors. And I just used like regular black eyes for this one. I didn't use any fancy cool eyes. And lastly, just a pink one, 2 different shades of pink. I just made one in these colors because I sold one in these specific colors at my last event. And I also painted these eyes myself. So those are the 3 sea turtles that I made. I unfortunately don't have a pattern to share with you guys for the jumbo sea turtles. I just rehanded them, but there's a bunch of patterns for them out there and they're pretty straightforward, so I unfortunately don't have a pattern to share. Next, I have this pretty big dragon. Again, I made one in this color because I sold this specific color combination of dragons at my last event. I think it's super cute. I don't know. I've been freehanding these recently. I just started making them recently, and I don't know. I like them. They're pretty fun. I only sold the one at my last event. I mean, they are pretty higher priced because they take quite a bit of time, and they have a lot of, like, sewing involved. Well, basically just the legs and the wings, but still. They're pretty time consuming, so they are higher priced, but I sold one in these exact colors at my last market, so I figured I might as well make another one. I also painted the eyes for this guy. Oh, I don't know what that is, and my dog's barking. Again, same color combinations as the dragon I just showed you. I made a giant jellyfish. Kind of obsessed with it. I sold a giant jellyfish at my last event. It wasn't in this color, but I figured I might as well make one in this color because it's just so pretty. I did not paint these eyes, but they're pretty cool. I just freehanded this giant jellyfish, but I'm pretty sure there's like a free pattern that you can find on Pinterest if you just search giant crochet jellyfish pattern or something. But yeah, I just freehand mine, but they're pretty fun. Pretty time consuming, obviously, but pretty fun. Next, I have 2 just silly frogs. Obviously, these are based on the original Leggy Frog pattern. I personally didn't use the pattern and I just freehanded them. But if you're looking for a pattern to follow, I would suggest going to check that one out. I used really thick yarn and their legs just curl and I think it's funny. A lot of people like that. So yeah, I made 2 of these in like this mint color. And since we're talking about the frogs, I made 2 smaller frogs. I made them literally the exact same way, just with a lot thinner yarn, so they came out a lot smaller. These go in my $8 bin with a lot of other things, and everybody just loves the little plushies, especially the little frogs. So yeah, if you're looking for a pattern, again, just check out the original Leggy Frog pattern. I just freehanded mine. Next, I have this jellyfish. basically the same thing as the giant jellyfish, just smaller and different colors, obviously. I just freehanded it, nothing crazy. And I have just a little octopus plushie made with acrylic yarn. I like to make these to use up acrylic yarn, and I like to use fun colors and these super cool eyes. Everybody loves them. So yeah, I just have these two random jellyfish and octopus. Next, I probably should have showed you guys these when I showed you guys my jumbo turtles that I made, but anyways, I forgot. So I made 4 small sea turtles. Again, I'm going to show them individually. I'm just showing you guys all 4 of them together. This is actually made with the yarn from Dollar Tree, so I made them actually not the exact same way that I made the jumbo ones, but same concept, and smaller yarn and smaller hooks, so they came out smaller, and I actually sold quite a few of these at my last event, so I made 4. So I have this blue and purple one, super cute. A blue and green one. I have this like teal and blue one, and I use different eyes on this one. Actually the same eyes as the octopus plushie I made with acrylic yarn that I showed you guys earlier. And finally, one that doesn't have any blue on it. Just like a pink one, whatever color we want to call the shell. But yeah. Next, I have 2 weighted chickens. So they're not just big chickens, they're weighted. So my mom actually makes the weighted pouches with glass and plastic beads or pellets, and I just crochet around that pouch. And I actually sold out completely of my weighted chickens at my last event. So I made 2 more. I do need to make more because obviously they were a hit last time, so they might be again. But I made these 2. I just freehand them, but obviously they're based on the Mabel chicken concept, but I just didn't use a pattern because I need to get the size right for the weighted pouch, and I don't use patterns really to begin with. But yeah, so I made 2 different colors. I figured I might as well make 2 different colors. But yeah, I made 2 of these guys. And lastly, I have 5 mini plushies. I have 2 mini octos, and I have 3 mini whales. This is what the mini whales look like. The mini octos are actually my own tutorial that you can find on my YouTube channel. And my mini whales, I do have a tutorial for them also. And I have the written pattern for very cheap in my Etsy and coffee shop. So you can find the resources to make these guys on my YouTube channel. All of these mini plushies also go in my $8 bin with the little frogs, and everybody loves them. And lastly, this is not a plushie, but I still crocheted it. I don't just make plushies. I mostly make plushies, but I do make other things. So I made a crop top. It's kind of like a bralette style crop top. I guess it's kind of hard to see because the background's really dark and I used a dark color. But yeah, this one is a bit too big for me, so I didn't try it on. But yeah, so I make these tops, and I like to try to make different sizes because obviously not everyone is the same size. It's obviously a lot easier for me to make my own size because then I can like try it on once in a while, make sure everything fits right. But obviously not everyone's my size, so I try my best to make different sizes. So this one is too big for me, but obviously it does fit other people. So that's the front. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but that's the front. And what's awesome about these is that they're adjustable. So this is the back, and so you just basically need to make sure that the front fits. And if you're not sure if it's going to fit around, that's no problem because it's adjustable. You just need to like untie the knot and then you can make it tighter, looser. Obviously that is for the straps too. So as long as the front fits, basically you're good to go. So I do have a lot of people that come to my booth and they check these out and they just take it off the hanger, just put it flat on them just to see if everything fits at the front. And then if it fits at the front, they basically know it's going to fit them because it's adjustable at the back. So I don't know, I do enjoy making these. Like I do mostly make plushies as you saw, but I do make these once in a while. I think they're fun and it adds variety to my booth. So that's everything I crocheted in the past week since my last market. If you usually watch my videos, you might be like, well, that's not really a lot compared to what I normally make. I agree, But this week, I guess I kind of let myself relax a little bit because my inventory is just so high, and obviously I need to keep that inventory high, and I did really, really well at my last event, but I did let myself relax a little bit because, I mean, obviously I had a really good event last weekend, but it was really exhausting too, so I just thought I might as well relax a little bit before market season really picks up, because yes, I do have a market basically every weekend right now, but some of them are just smaller events, like this one that I'm going to. It's a school event, so it's going to be smaller, not as busy as last weekend. So I figured I could let myself relax a little bit after last weekend. So before I go and put price tags on all of those items, I will talk to you guys a little bit more about the event that I'll be bringing you guys to. So usually I would film this part of the video the day before the market, but right now it's Friday, so I'm filming this on Friday, and the market is only on Sunday, but the reason I'm not filming this on Saturday is because I will be going out with some family tomorrow, and I'm not sure if I'll be out for the whole day. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing, so I figured I might as well do this now so that I'm not like rushing tomorrow. So anyways, the event is on Sunday, and it is, like I said, just a school craft fair. It's not going to be anything huge, but I did do my first ever school craft fair about 2 weeks ago, and it was actually decent. Like, I was surprised by how much I sold, considering at that one there was quite a few crochet vendors. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure how many crochet vendors will be at this event. I know there's going to be one more for sure that I saw was advertised on Facebook. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more, but we'll see. The booth fee wasn't that expensive, so even if I don't sell for a ton, it's still good exposure in my neighborhood since this is really close to where I live, so that's awesome. So anyways, enough talking. Now I will go put price tags on all of those items and pack them up in a bag, and I will do a time lapse of that for you guys, and I will talk to you guys after. Alright, so I'm done putting price tags on all of those items, That didn't take too long because there wasn't that many. So anyways, there's not really any more market prep to do. Like I said, everything is out of my car. That was the only market prep to do. And I also got some more bags ready and put stickers with my logo on there, but that also took like 2 seconds. So I just took a time lapse of that also. But yeah, so all the market prep is done for now. So I will keep crocheting because it's not super late. And there's a hockey game tonight that I will need to watch because it's the playoffs. So, I will crochet. I will update you guys later, either tonight or tomorrow, on what I crocheted. I'm not sure if I'm going to crochet at all tomorrow, but anyways, I'll update you guys later on everything I crocheted since there's nothing else to do right now, like, that's related to the market. Hey guys, so it's Saturday night now, so I'm gonna update you guys on everything I crocheted since yesterday. I crocheted quite a bit yesterday, and then today I didn't crochet that much since I was out pretty much all day with my family, but I did crochet one big item when I got home, so I will show you guys. So yesterday on Friday, I crocheted 3 snakes. I have 2 that are the same purple color. They both have different, like, eyes though. So those are the 2 different eyes that I have on the purple snakes. And I guess this one's kind of purple too, but a different kind of purple. And this one also has cool snake eyes. So I finished these 3 on Friday night. And this is the big item that I crocheted today when I got home from hanging out with my family. I don't know why I decided to make a giant bee, but I thought it would be cool. A nice eye catcher to my booth. I do have quite a bit bigger items that are kind of like eye catchers, but yellow is very bright and catches the eye, so I figured I might as well make a huge bee. So I just freehanded this big bee, and also I just freehanded the snakes too. So all of these items are going to need price tags, so I will put price tags and pack these guys up for tomorrow. So I just put price tags on all of those items and packed them up for tomorrow. So I plugged in my square reader a while ago actually, so I'm just going to get all of that ready, and I'm going to get my bag of supplies ready that I bring to the market to crochet over there. So basically I'm done other than just packing those things up. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning before I leave for the market, and then I will try to show you guys my setup as much as I can and try to update you guys throughout the market. Good morning guys, it's Sunday morning before the market, so I will be leaving shortly. I just wanted to update you guys a little bit, and I will do my best to get clips of me setting up. My boyfriend's going to be coming with me just to help me set up, and then he's going to come right back home after. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get some clips of me setting up, or I'm going to try to get him to get some clips of me, I don't know. But for sure I will show you guys my setup once it's done. And I will also do my best to update you guys throughout the day on how it's going, how my sales are going, just how the market is in general. So I will see you guys at the market.
I'm all set up now. The market's about to start soon, so hopefully we can do really well. I will try to keep you guys updated. So it's just past 10:30, so technically the event started 30 minutes ago. It started at 10. And to be honest, it is not looking promising at all. I don't think anyone other than vendors even walked through the door yet. So I'm really worried, but hopefully things can pick up soon. It's almost 11 and I've just made my first sale. I sold a keychain. It was actually to another vendor and her kid, so it's not like there's a lot of people. There's really not a lot of people, so let's hope it picks up. It's about 12 o'clock now. I've made a few more sales and at least I paid off my booth fee. But the traffic is still really, really low. Like, I don't think it's going to be a really good day, but we don't know. So hopefully it picks up. So it's just past 1:30. I think I've only made like one sale since I talked to you guys last. The traffic just isn't increasing. So I'm ready to go home. I'm not one to pack early, so I'm probably just gonna sit and wait it out, but I'm really ready to go.
Hey guys, so I'm back home from the market. I actually didn't go right home after the market, but anyways, we'll talk about that in a second. So, I guess we could say I'm a bit disappointed with today's market. I did update you guys quite a bit throughout the day because I mean, I had all the time in the world to do that. There really wasn't any traffic at all. So yeah, it just was kind of a really bad market for me anyways, but I did talk with a few other vendors and they had the same experience as me, so yeah, it wasn't the best market at all today. But I did make some sales and I did pay off my booth fee, thankfully. So I will talk to you guys about my sales and about all of that. By the way, sorry, the clips of me talking and updating you guys at the market probably sound a little weird, really like edited and choppy. I'm really sorry, but I had to do that because I had to edit out the background music because there was music playing at the event and I had to edit that out for my video not to get copyrighted for having that music in the background. So I had to try and edit that out and then it kind of made my voice a little weird, so sorry about that. So first things first, as I was setting up, like at first I noticed there was another crochet plushie vendor like completely on the other side of the room, so I was like, that's fine, you know, like we're pretty far apart. Usually I try to aim for events that only take like one or two crochet plushie vendors, so I was like, if we're the two only ones and we're completely separated, that's fine. And then as I found my spot and like put my stuff down, I just look over, literally just across me is another crochet plushie vendor. So anyways, she did come to talk to me. She was super, super nice. And we just both acknowledged that that was not a really good thing to do on the organizer's part, like to put us literally directly across from each other, because obviously you want to try to separate similar vendors. So anyways, we kind of talked about that for a bit, just how it kind of sucks that we were put directly across from each other, but she was really, really nice, and we talked quite a bit because we didn't really have people looking at our stuff, so we just talked and talked about yarn, where we get some yarn and things like that. So that was nice meeting her though. So yeah, that placement being placed directly across from another crochet plushie vendor was an issue as it is, but to be honest, even if I was the only crochet plushie vendor there, I don't think I would have made much more because I mean there was just no traffic. Like I don't know if the event wasn't advertised. I don't know. I personally didn't see any advertising done for it, but just because I didn't see it, it doesn't mean it wasn't done. So I'm not going to go and say the event wasn't advertised because I don't know that, but there just wasn't anyone who showed up. Like obviously a few people did, but it really was not like a good market. And like I said when I updated you guys, when I was at the market, I'm not one to leave early. I don't like leaving early, but literally, so the event was supposed to be done at 3, and around like 2, everybody was packing up. If I had stayed, I literally would have been the only one there left at like 2:30. So I started packing up too, like not because I wanted to pack up early, but everyone else was doing it and I literally would have been the only one there just wasting another hour of my time. So I packed up too. and then we were out of there basically by 3 or 2:33. Everyone was out. So like I don't like leaving early because it can be like kind of disrespectful a little bit, but I would never just start packing early if no one else is doing it. Obviously someone had to start it. So I don't know, like I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I don't like packing early, but literally everyone else was doing it. Like I think I was one of the last ones to start putting stuff away. So I don't know. I just started packing because everyone else was doing it, and to be honest, I was ready to go home. So, anyways, directly after the market, I just went to hang out with some family again today because it was actually my cousin's baby shower today. And one reason that I am really disappointed that today's market was not good is because I missed my cousin's baby shower to go to this market. Had I known it was going to be like this, I wouldn't have even went. Like, I would have just said, keep my booth fee. I won't be showing up, unfortunately. Obviously, there was no way for me to know that, but I'm just kind of sad that I didn't get to attend my cousin's baby shower because I was at this event and then I didn't even make any, like, good money or good sales or anything. Like, it was just a waste of my time in general, and I also missed out on an important family event. So, anyways, I went to hang out with the family afterwards, the people that were there, that were still there, and there was leftover food. So I just went to hang out for a bit, and now I'm back home updating you guys. But I did get to meet some awesome people. It's always nice meeting new people, and this was really close to where I live. So it was really nice to meet some new people that are from my neighborhood. So that was one really nice thing about today. But anyways, now let's get to the part that you guys have probably been waiting for. I will tell you guys how much money I made today. So today I made a total of $78 in sales. The booth fee was $30, so that's not too much, but considering I didn't make a lot to begin with, doesn't really help. The square fees were only 18 cents since only one person paid with a card. So that leaves me with a total profit of $47.82. So, I mean, considering I didn't have to go far, it's not so bad because I didn't spend a lot like on gas or time to get there or anything. But I mean, it did take me over an hour to set up and then some time to tear down, and I basically lost my whole day. I don't know. I would personally kind of consider this a fail because it's not worth $47 in my opinion to go out and do all of this for a whole day. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you would consider this a fail. Now, as usual, I'm going to do a breakdown of everything I sold. So I'm going to tell you guys how many of each item I sold out of the amount that I brought. I will tell you guys how much I sold that item for, and I will put a picture of that item up here to give you guys an idea of what it was. So, starting with keychains, I started with 109. I know that's a lot. And I sold one for $8. I started with so many keychains because they're usually my best sellers, so I always try to keep a lot of them in stock. I started with 6 regular cats, and I sold one for $20. I started with 22 mini whales, and I sold one for $8. I started with 24 mini octos, and I sold one for $8. I started with 10 big bees, and I sold one for $20. The person who bought it actually was thinking of buying my giant bee that I actually made last night, but she picked the, like, I say big bee, but it just wasn't giant. I guess we can say medium bee now. She picked that smaller bee because she preferred the shade of yellow that I used for the smaller one, which she ended up buying for $20. But she said, like, if the giant one was made with that same yellow, she would have gotten the giant one. But yeah, so she got the smaller one because it was a different shade of yellow and she preferred that one shade. And lastly, I started with 19 chubby bunnies and I sold one for $15. So that's a total of 6 items that sold. I think that's, like, honestly probably a record of the least amount of items I sold at a market. It's really not a lot. I don't know. I'm disappointed. I've probably mentioned that multiple times, so I won't mention it again, but I sold 6 items. I will link all of the patterns and tutorials that were used for the items that I sold and that I mentioned in my breakdown. All of the patterns and tutorials used for those will be linked in the description down below if you want to make your own. So, like, I don't want to be the one to complain about, like, a market that wasn't good or anything like that, because, like, it was a school craft show, so obviously they don't have that much money that they're going to be using to do advertising for the event, and they're probably doing that craft show to raise money for the school, so they're not going to go and spend money on advertising, which is fine. But I just don't know how much advertising was done, if any. I did do another school craft show like 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't the best market ever, but it was definitely better than this, and it was decent. You know, it was decently attended. There was people that showed up. That's what matters, really. The only thing is here, like, nobody showed up, so I don't know if any advertising was done. People didn't show up, so that does really matter. It's really hard to make sales when there's no one to make sales to. So my dog is barking. So yeah, like, I don't want to be the one to be complaining about a school craft show where the booth fee was only $30, but it does suck when you go and spend so much time setting up and you spend your whole day there and you don't make good sales. Obviously it happens. You can't win them all, obviously, but it just sucks. But I do find that I personally do better at bigger events where there's other types of entertainment. Like, I don't do that well usually at smaller craft shows. The only reason I booked this one is because I didn't have anything else this weekend, and at this time when I booked it, I didn't know about my cousin's baby shower. So anyways, that's like why I kind of booked it. Because I didn't have any other bigger event and I didn't know that there was going to be anything family related going on. So I booked a small craft show, didn't know how it was going to be. But yeah, I don't usually do super well at smaller craft shows like this where the only attraction is a market. Usually I do a lot better at bigger events or bigger venues where there's other things going on. Like, yes, there's vendors, but there's other things like activities. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But I do a lot of fairs where I do really well, and obviously vendors are not the main attraction of the fair. And there is this one venue that I actually went to last week, so if you haven't watched last week's video, definitely go check it out. That one, I guess, it is a market. Like, that's the main attraction, but it's a very different setting. It's a very different venue, and I always do really well there, and the traffic is always amazing. So this, like, I wasn't expecting to do super well, but I was expecting to sell a little bit more, but it is what it is. So I guess that's going to be it for me for today. I don't really have anything else to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know down in the comments if you would consider this a market fail, if you thought it was a market fail, just what your thoughts are on this whole thing. And definitely stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!